Am I not fat enough for VSG? So this has come across my mind a lot lately. Um, I have seen a few girls who are like myself, who are right around 100 pounds over healthy weight. And a lot of the people who are getting bariatric surgery are much heavier than that. And my thinking is I'm just going to get ahead of the curve. I'm not going to wait until I am even further along in my gain to tell myself that I deserve, or that this is an emergency enough situation to do something about it. So basically, the reason that I struggle with this, and that one of the reasons I haven't told people about it, is because it is true. I am at a point, guys, where diet and exercise would solve my weight issue. However, I am currently so overweight, is actually extremely difficult for me to exercise. I also have an insane hunger program. And here are a list of the things that I am too fat for. If there are people saying I'm not fat enough for VSG, um, sorry, I'm doing that anyways. But here are a list of things that I am too fat for. I am too fat to buy clothes in a regular women's clothing department. In most stores, as you guys know, they separate that out. The styles that you like, that you see that are fashionable and beautiful, and they don't have our size. Every time you go into a clothing store, it's like you're like, oh, I just want to cover my arm like down to here about. And I really like my neckline though, so I can show that off. I'll do that. And I just want something that's like right around my knee, that's not going to like go up my butt or whatever. You guys, I can't find these things. I can't shop for clothes. I am currently too fat to see my lady parts. My stomach, I don't know, I'll like stand up. I'll show you guys my body in some other video. But my stomach, the apron as they call it, it hangs down low enough after childbirth. And my stomach is just large enough in general that if I like tried to like get down there, I can't really get down there to like see it. Or, and I guess, it's funny, it's like, what do you really need to do? You need to see your lady parts? um yes, you do. You just want to be able to. And you might want to do like some landscaping, just saying. I'm definitely too fat to be comfortable in a bikini, and I used to tell myself that no matter what, I would wear a bikini at any size, and I was overweight most of my life, and I did follow that rule. But currently, because of the shape too, I can't wear a bikini. I'm too fat to move comfortably. Just like getting up from a seated position is challenging. Walking for long periods of time. I'm too fat to sleep comfortably. I have to lay on my side, otherwise I snore. And then also the weight of my body on most mattresses, pretty much anywhere except when I'm home, it feels like I'm laying on bricks, guys. Like I can't sleep in most hotels. It is crazy. Mattresses to me, with my body weight, feel like they're digging into my body. The mattress just feels so hard. Um, and so these things are really affecting my life. And I just want to put it out there because I think I feel really good about my decision to get VSG. But also I'm preparing myself for what what I might hear back from friends and family if I do ever decide to share. They might just think, "Oh, you could have done that on your own." So the things that I did try to lose weight, I'll tell you my story. Um, Basically, my whole life I've had an obsession about food, and actually not even like I shouldn't even say that. It's not an obsession. It's just I really liked food and I just didn't understand why everyone else had an easy relationship with it. Like I remember being at a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese when I was 6 years old, and all the other kids, like, they didn't want to eat the pizza because they just wanted to go play. And they were like, Mom, I'm done, I'm done. And the mom was like, eat your pizza, which is so funny because that's how my kid is. I'm like, oh my God, who doesn't like pizza? Like, eat all your pizza. And and I was like sitting there like, oh my God, no one's eating this pizza. I can probably have a second piece and a third piece. And it wasn't like it didn't feel like an overeating problem at that age at all. Like I didn't have a weird childhood or emotional eating problem. I had a really healthy, beautiful childhood, but I remember just being like, this is so good. Like why doesn't anybody else want 3 pieces of pizza? This is delicious food. Um, and then I remember being in elementary school and being overweight, but I was still confident. Um, but then I was so frustrated, guys. I remember in PE we had to do a fitness test, and a lot of my friends could do pull ups, and I remember just being so annoyed because I realized at that point, I was like, oh my God, like I could lift all of my friends over my head and lower them down. If I were their size, I would be able to do pull ups. And I was so frustrated. That was probably the first time I remember being really frustrated with my weight because I was like, oh, like I just can't do that because my body is heavy, but even though I feel strong, and I was upset with myself. And then in middle school, again, I was overweight, but I was really confident. I just felt like I'm bigger than all the other girls, but I look good and it's fine. Um, and then in high school, I worked my ass off one year every day after school. I mostly because I had a friend who did it, and so we did it together. We did Tybo, Billy Blanks. Did you guys ever do that? Um, and we did Taibo every single day after school, and I kind of got like ripped actually from doing Taibo. I was still overweight, but I was like ripped overweight. And I think I was like 160 pounds, and I was like a freshman in high school, and that's still in the overweight category for my height. I'm 5'4". Um, but I remember at that point I felt really good. Um, and but that was so much effort, guys. That's why I like bring this up as an example because I can't imagine doing 2 hours of Taibo in my life right now. In fact, I know I don't have time for that. Um, and then in high school, I did lots of things to try to lose weight. That was when I first actually felt like I need to lose weight. I want to be thin. Like I want to look different. Um, and in high school, by the end of high school, I got down to 147. And I was doing Weight Watchers, but guys, I was not doing Weight Watchers right. I was starving myself on Weight Watchers. They had the point program, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll track my points. I'll eat like only 10 points a day. I'll see if I can only eat 5 points a day. And I was taking diet pills, and that was when ephedra was still legal. And I was always like hyper and excited. Like I loved ephedra. I'll never forget my best friend and I. We were so sad when it was like killing people, and then they like took it off the market. And the FDA like I think the FDA took it away. But oh man, those like really worked. I understand why they gave people heart attacks because they made us so excited about life, and we were active and we were not hungry. It was awesome. Um, and then in my adult life, the last time that I was anywhere, it's so weird. Even this is not healthy, but last time I was at a comfortable weight, the I was in the low 170s. I was living in Italy. I was pursuing a career as an opera singer, and I had such a sweet tooth in Italy that what I decided to do to keep the weight off is I ate sweets in the morning, and first thing in the morning, because in my mind I was like, oh, I'll just then I could burn it off the rest of the day. So I ate like cookies and croissants and uh, just all kinds of delicious sweet food, and ate it first thing in the morning with coffee. and then just drank coffee all day after that. And then occasionally I would like eat a salad or eat vegetables because I know my body needed that to survive, but I was mostly living off of cookies and coffee, and I was so happy. I remember just being like, "Oh, this is great. This is a perfect diet for me. I feel so good." I was able to walk all over Italy, and it was, I had like cream in my coffee and sugar in my coffee too, so it was like a lot of sugar, a lot of dairy, fat, and calories too, from the cream probably. We'll probably like go through like a quart of creamer like every 4 days or something. Um, so not healthy, but felt great, gotta be honest. And then when I came back and had my family, I think I shared some of this in my last video, but basically I have not been able, even with hiring professional help, to really wrap my head around what the healthy lifestyle looks like for me. Um, and when I say wrap my head around, I mean I can wrap my head around it. I understand what it's supposed to look like. I understand portions, but I need the VSG tool. So once again, another justification video. I'm not too skinny for VSG. I'm gonna do it, even if you think I'm not fat enough. And then you guys can watch all my weight come off, and I'm gonna be super fly. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.